it's me back again. 7 days later, I've returned in front of the camera. As for whether or not I have anything worthwhile to say, well, not really, I guess. Um, I guess overall it's been a pretty uneventful week. I mean, all things considered. Um, Probably the highlight of the week, if you can even call it that, was finally getting my deck restained. Uh, Been meaning to do that since, God, what was it, like February, March, when I first noticed that some of the stain was peeling. But you know me, I'm a procrastinator. I put things off as long as I can. Well, I guess why not wait until it's already fall before I you hire a handyman to strip the old stain and get the new stuff down. Anyway, yeah, he came by. Was it last week Friday and then again Saturday I think it was, and he got both coats down. I imagine he probably wanted to wait a little bit longer in between coats, but with the fall like temperatures sneaking in, I guess he probably had to uh, rush it a little bit. Anyway, it looks pretty awesome now. Wish I could just show a picture, but I haven't gotten a chance to step out into the backyard and get a photograph of it. Um, but yeah, there's that, and I guess the other big topic of my week, I've been putting some thought into. It's really more of a concept at this stage, but I think that if things go well for me next year, if 2025 doesn't turn out to be a total disaster, dumpster fire, brought about by certain politicians, I think I want to plan ahead for 2026 and make that, plan a trip. And what I'm thinking right now is I want to do Japan. I want to plan a trip to Japan, see the natural wonders of it, see the culture, and hopefully, if at all possible, I want to get in. I'm thinking sometime in the early spring, by end of March, early April, to coincide with the cherry blossoms blooming. You know, I've seen pictures of it, and I think it looks fucking amazing. But I know that photograph can only do so much, you know, compared to seeing the natural beauty of it for yourself with your own eyes. And I'd love to see that. You know. But it's not like I can just hop on a plane and be 2 hours later be over there. So I gotta plan ahead, educate myself a bit, and of course save up for the expenses of such a trip. So that's what I'm thinking. I'll take a year, a year and a half, save save up the money for it, so I can book the airfare. And that's they're estimating that right now that would cost me about $1,200, round trip. So kind of pricey, but I guess it makes sense. It's halfway around the world flight, so it adds up. Um, the the other factors I gotta worry about, I gotta consider are the local customs and culture, and I would like to learn at least some of the language. So I'm not just some you know, English only typical American tourist traipsing through there. So kind of want to learn as much as I can about the culture, the customs, and especially the language, so I can more effectively communicate with people and hopefully not offend anyone while I'm out there. So I figure if I start now, start trying to learn the language, at least I can at least be somewhat competent in it by the time I get out there, hopefully. But this is also the same person that had issues with learning Spanish back in high school, so I didn't do so well in my Spanish class. We didn't offer any other foreign language classes in my school. It was just Spanish or nothing, and Spanish was a required class too. So it was like the first course I actually did pretty well, but the second course I could not pick up on the more complex sentences and structures and the verbiage and such. I could not figure it out. So if that's any indicator, I might be in trouble trying to learn Japanese. Hopefully not. I mean, I know there's a lot of things that just don't translate well between the two languages. So I guess I'll know when I find when I start trying to learn seriously. And the way I look at it is it's going to be a challenge to learn, but at the same time, having to face such a challenge, you pay for the airfare, you get the hotel accommodations and whatnot, and you're stuck there for 2 weeks. I'm planning between 10 and 14 days, so I figure my itinerary is going to be set. I'll have 10 to 14 days. I want to do 14 days, just make the most of it, because the flight times are 24 hours. So at least according to the brief searches I've done. So I really want to make that worth my while. So that anyway, so you get out there and you're stuck there for 2 weeks. So there's no easy way out. So and the way I'm looking at it is, maybe I put myself in a situation like that where I have to face my fears, if you will. And my fears in this case would be, I've never been good with unfamiliar situations, and communication has always been kind of a shaky subject for me. So why not dive headfirst into a scenario, a situation where I have to face this stuff head on? And while I'm out there, I'll get to experience Japanese culture and their customs or traditions firsthand. And honestly, I think, besides the cherry blossoms, you can see those. The other thing that I'm really really enamored by is the way that, at least in the portrayals that I've seen, I might be off the mark here, but I understand that the culture is such that they do a lot of they've held on to their traditions and the customs, from ancient times, through today, and yet they still have adapted, and adopted the modern lifestyle too. So I would like to see that, firsthand. How the two, seemingly contradictory paths have been able to commingle and exist side by side. So I guess, maybe I'm not explaining it very well, but I want to experience it all firsthand. So, and I've been putting it off for years and years and years because of the language barrier. And I guess I just reached a point earlier this year where I started thinking about it, started being more more drawn into the Japanese media, especially the music. Thanks to Spotify, it's been throwing a lot of Japanese artists and Japanese inspired songs, some English covers, some Japanese covers, some originals, and it's kind of piqued my interest. And I guess just reach a point where you're like, what? Why not just take a chance, go out there, see what it's like for real, and take home some memories. So that is my hope and my goal for 2026. Now, if I can do it as a group, that would be great. That'd be phenomenal. If I could rope some friends and whatnot, and into going out there. So far, I'm not having very good luck, but I know it's a pretty huge commitment. I think the estimated cost is probably about up to $6,000 per person for 2 weeks. That's not even including souvenirs. Sorry. The optional spending, beyond food and lodging and transportation. But that's why I'm trying to plan out looking at from a year and a half out to try to find someone to go with. Someone, 2 people, 3 people. Just don't want to do it totally alone, but no more than a small group. Yeah, so that's it's not even to the planning stages yet. It's more of an idea stage at this point, but I want to do it. I really do, and hopefully not make a fool of myself while I'm out there. Of course, I understand that being trans, it's going to be a little more hit or miss as far as what's available to me, as far as the traditional experiences. But I think it should all be all right. I've been doing some poking around with AIs and Google searches and whatnot. It seems like overall it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but still need to confirm some things with wherever I wind up going. So that's been occupying most of my week anyway. It's just thinking about it, kind of wondering, what if scenarios. And for the most part, it's pretty encouraging. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable here and not having a whole lot of luck. Yeah, I'm doing this as like the last thing before I go to bed, before I have to go back to work tonight. So, oh God, these days off always go by so fast. I never get anything done. And most of my days off, I just wind up passed out in the recliner in front of the PlayStation with the game, either game title screen on or the home screen or YouTube. And then I just wake up 2 days later, like, okay, what the hell did I just do? God. So, let's see. Just trying to think if there's anything more that's really newsworthy. Yeah, I'll humor a response to one of the comments I got yesterday. Now, I forgot the exact wording of it, so I apologize. But it was a commenter left a comment asking, "How did you get to know someone like me?" I was like, okay, which okay. I appreciate the sentiment. I truly do. And I'm flattered that you'd be interested in someone like me. So yay. Well, unfortunately, I don't swing that way. I was judging by the person's username. I'm guessing that they were male, and I don't go for men, so that unfortunately we get you shut down right then and there. But I'll still answer the question anyway. How would you get to meet someone like me? And I'll give you the honest answer. It's tough. Um, in my case, it's because I am an extreme introvert to the point that I don't even talk with people online with gaming. Like I am a hermit through and through. Like for me, a big venture going out is going grocery shopping at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday morning, because I just don't deal with crowds of people very well. And reaching out to meet new people, I can honestly say that outside of work and meeting friends via friends, um, I can't remember the last time I actually met someone organically or even through a website. I would say it was probably back when I was living in out near Madison. It was probably the last time. No, no, no. Sorry. I gotta take that back. I did actually meet my ex-wife, through a website. We were both involved in the community at the time, so it was that. That was 2015, but in the years since then, I have not actually reached out and met any new friends or met any new people that I did not already work with or that were not acquainted with friends of mine. So, yeah, meeting someone like me, it's tricky because people like me, and when I say that, I mean the extreme introvert type, the crippling social anxiety type. Yeah, we're gonna be shut-ins for pretty much all of our lives. Um, I guess if I was anywhere halfway near normal, I would recommend joining online forums for gaming, because it is a very common and popular hobby for us, largely because we are introverted and we are socially anxious in a lot of cases. So that might be a good starting place. But of course, your mileage may vary, and you're not guaranteed anything. But if you have a game that that you like to play, maybe just join in one of their like a Discord server, or if they have an online community like a forum or a Facebook group, maybe check into those. You might meet someone through that. Um, but yeah, beyond that, I'm kind of at a loss, I'm afraid. I don't really meet people naturally. Okay, okay, you got me. I'm I'm a forgetful liar. I did actually meet a couple new friends through Icon for Hire, through the shows and Camp Icon this past summer. So I guess that works too. If you go to a concert or join one of their communities too. It's always a possibility. But yeah, overall, I'm not a good font of knowledge in that regard. But still, I appreciate the sentiment behind the questioning. I'm just sorry I had to disappoint you. Um, But yeah, um, with that being said, I really don't have anything more to touch on tonight. Um, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say anything on this, but I decided to go braless on this video tonight just to see what the response would be. I don't know. I've been feeling a little bit more a little bit more confident in my chestal area lately. I give it a shot with just going all natural. So I know I'm juvenile. Anyway, with that being said, I'm getting tired. I'm going to go to bed now after I upload this video, and I will talk to you again at some point in the near future. Adios.